to another Chelsea chat, and last night it was Crystal Palace 1, Chelsea 3. Another great 3 points. But the performance, the first half we were back to woeful. We were back to hardly any tempo at all, passing it sideways and backwards. The chasm between midfield and the defence was like the Grand Canyon. It was everything that the Aston Villa performance wasn't. Now, I did a silly thing. Why do I do it? I keep saying don't look online, and I feel better about things, even when we're losing, when I don't look online. But I went online and it's Thiago Silva's fault. He's too slow passing the ball now because he's too old. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a big cabbage sticker for that person. But he may have found one little point. I'll tell you for why. Because, well, there's 2 reasons. A, we can't play against a low block. We've not worked out to break it down. So where Villa come flying at you, once we've played out, it's a natural progression to play forward. The other thing is, when Thiago plays, it's got nothing to do with how quick he passes the ball, but we do drop 5 or 10 yards. And the midfield haven't worked out because I don't think there's a football IQ there really, even though there's some great talent, to drop 5 or 10 yards so that the opposition haven't got that space to run into. Now the idea is, the old Mourinho days, is that you went backwards when you were defending, and as a block you moved forward when you were attacking. That's your defence, your midfield and your forward line. It was orchestrated. This lot, orchestrated. We're not even a pub band, but there's effort there now. So that's one good thing. But we were absolutely pody in that first half. I was pulling my hair out. I was shouting at the telly. I was disgusted. No tempo, no urgency, no movement from anyone. I mean, I looked at Enzo Fernandez and I thought, oh, you're having a shocking game. But do you know what he was doing? He was trying to play the ball into space where he was expecting half-decent footballers to run, and they weren't. So the only criticism I can really put against Enzo, who didn't have a great game, was your brain works too fast, mate. Your brain's too quick for the rest of them. Because I could see what you were trying to do. I could see where you were going to pass. But no one was running. Same with Nicholas Jackson. You know, I think he's playing well on that left wing. But a ball come across and you've got to be running in on that goal. It was a tap-in. If you'd had Haaland or Kane or someone there, they would have tapped the ball in. Instead of that, he was 5 yards behind play. We don't seem to have any sort of anticipation. Well, we're not a team. We don't know how each other thinks yet. But that first half, absolutely woeful. Second half, a bit better. Poch, he brought Nkunku on and took the terrible last night Madueke off. What he was doing out there, apart from giving away easy chances to the other side, I don't know. He was as bad last night as he was as good against Villa. Young man, learning his trade. But last night, that goal we gave away, by the way, Caicedo, I thought also was awful last night. Madueke, I don't know what they were doing. And then Peter Cech said that maybe the goalkeeper's starting position could have been different. Maybe it could have been, but it was a cracking shot. But who turned his back? Have a guess. Those who watch these videos, who turned his back when he could have thrown himself in front of that shot? Have a guess. Yes, it's Disaster. Disaster, give it one of them. Again. Again. I feel like going down that training ground myself. Grabbing hold of him and grabbing hold of the defensive coaches. Don't turn your back. Yes, every now and then you might get a ball in the face, but if it stops a goal, that's your job. Oh, had to get that off my chest. The second half we were a lot better, and 90 seconds into the second half, was it Gusto that was? I get confused on the goal. I think Gusto put a ball in, and Conor Gallagher, a nice finish. Gallagher gave away 3 balls all night, but the rest of the time he was absolutely superb. He was my Chelsea man of the match. And we come into our own. We start playing when the final whistle goes. At 90 minutes, we got 2 goals. Another fine goal by Gallagher, and a nice composed finish by Enzo Fernandez. So we run out 3-1 winners, and it could have been more. It could have been more very easily. Because we'd started playing with a bit of tempo. We'd started getting down the wings. Gusto had a good game. I think he tired or he was injured. Chilwell wasn't bad. A bit more like his old self. Not fully on it, but a lot better. And of course, Cole Palmer was excellent as well. So they were on it. The substitution, bringing Nkunku on for Madueke, had give Palace another set of problems to solve. His movement is absolutely superb, by the way. What you should do is just watch a replay of that game, turn your TV off, and just watch his movement, the way he takes players with him. I think he's going to get a lot of goals, and I think he's going to assist in a lot of goals. Even if it's not a direct assist, he's going to take players out of the way. We were a totally different team with him on that pitch. And for some unknown reason, and this was before Silva went off, we pushed up 10 yards. Massive difference. Absolutely massive. They didn't have as much space to run into. It's not rocket science, it's very simple football. If I can spot it, it's very simple football. So, there we go. All we can take out of it really was, yes, the last sort of 10 minutes maybe, we could see that Villa doesn't have to be a one-off. We have got ability. We're still growing as a team. We will have defeats where we're not expecting them, and we will have victories where we're not expecting them, because these players don't know what each other are going to do, let alone us being able to second guess what they're going to do between them. They are literally growing as a team. We've got a new anthem as well. Everything's going to be all right. Bit of Marley, can't fault that. And another great away support performance. Okay, let's go through them. Petrovic in goal. I don't blame him for the goal. Yes, a top keeper might have saved it, but that goal weren't his fault. It was a lovely finish. If Dizazi hadn't turned his back, if Bill and Ben there, Madueke and Caicedo, hadn't produced a pantomime on the edge of the area, it wouldn't have even been there anyway. Petrovic's distribution, bit woe last night, and for that reason he gets a 6. Gusto gets a 7.5, up and down all night. Needs to be even more offensive if you ask me, because a couple of times in that first half particularly, he got halfway into their area, into their half, and then played it back. But if you're a young man 20 and you're seeing senior professionals doing that, I suppose it's like the cold. You can catch it, can't you? But he done all right, and defensively he was good too. Inside him, Disaster. Disaster's going to get a 3. Because that turning your back, I've got no time for it whatsoever. I'm glad he's not a boxer, ain't you? He just had the back of his head pummeled to bits. Gave the ball away a fair bit, but we expect that from Disaster. As I say, he was as bad last night as he was good against Villa. Maybe I'm being a bit hard on him, but no, not great. Never be as good as Trevor Chalobah as long as he's got a hole in his bum. So there you go, you heard it here first. Next to him, Silva, some good blocks, gave the ball away a couple of times. He's definitely slowing down, but still a couple of the things he did. That block on the floor where he just threw his body in the way, it's good defending. He gets a 6. Chilwell gets a 6.5. Good going forward and going back. Defensively, still got caught out a couple of times, but he's getting there. He's getting match fit. He's getting back into it. 6.5. In front of them, Enzo is going to get a 6.5. Lovely, cool finish on the goal, but also tried. Run his socks off, good defensively, and he must have given 8 or 9 proper dodgy passes that weren't dodgy passes. It was just expecting people to run. Someone should say to him, it's in Argentina, you know. It's not Messi up there. We haven't got proper thinking footballers. So just be a bit more conservative with your thought. But I don't totally blame him, and he was at least trying to be offensive. So I take my hat off to him, even though he hasn't got a great score. Caicedo last night gets a 4.5. I thought it was pretty bang average, bordering on awful. Gave the ball away 3 or 4 times that could have cost us. Didn't really do a lot, not even by his own standards. He was so good against Villa last night, no. Conor Gallagher last night, my Chelsea man of the match, gets a 9. So he gave the ball away 2 or 3 times, but the rest of the time he won it back probably 8 or 9 times. And then 2 lovely goals. So that's really upset a lot of anti-Cobham cabbages and a lot of anti-English cabbages. And what we like the Cobham cabbages and the anti-English cabbages well and truly upset. So well done, Connor. I would give you a new contract, 150 grand a week, just on the basis of that. In front of him, we had Cole Palmer, who gets a 8. At the forefront of everything offensive that we did. And even though he's not the strongest player on the pitch, he's still developing. He got back and tried to do his defensive stuff. Always a little bit of trickery. They don't know what he's going to do next. I love him as a footballer. Jackson last night gets a 7. I like him down that left. I really, really do. But from a forward point of view, which presumably he's there to score goals, he's got to gamble a lot more. Because that last night, when he was sort of 5-10 yards behind where the ball was, and it was flashed across the goal, I just sat there and shook my head. I think that's it, and Nkunku can come on second half. He gets a 7.5. I thought his movement was absolutely fantastic, and that movement allowed us a lot more space, which was why we could push on. When we are playing a low block, he's really going to be helpful in future. I laughed, with Peter Cech last time. I don't know if you noticed it. They said, "How did you beat a low block?" And he said, "I could kick the ball 90 metres." He said, "So I used to kick it up, and Didier Drogba used to hold it up." And I said, "Why don't you think this side does it?" He said, "Because the goalkeeper can't kick it 90 metres, and there's no Didier Drogba to hold it up." That tickled me, that did. I forgot Madueke, didn't I? How could I possibly have done that? Yes, he gets a 2. I'm in a charitable mood, otherwise he wouldn't have got that. Absolutely pants. He's been watching Sterling too much. That's all I'm going to say. And Pochettino, he gets a 6. He gets a 1 for the first half and a 5 for the second half. They lacked tempo. They didn't look fired up. There was a gap. He doesn't seem to have much in-game management to me. He left that gap there, even though Palace kept exploiting it. Brought Nkunku on, so that's a big plus. And bringing Sterling on, I couldn't see that one myself unless someone was tired. But yeah, he got him motivated in that second half. He must have given him a little bit of air dryer, or at very least a hard blow, in the nicest possible way. And he gets a 6. I think we won't be able to judge his management really. Now there's some sort of team forming until after these next 4 or 5 games. City, Liverpool in the cup final, and I think we've got Newcastle and Arsenal. We might have a slightly lesser team in between, something like Brentford or someone, I can't remember. But no one's a brush over in this Premier League for us at the moment, let's face it. So yeah, well done Poch for the result. Performance, not so well done. Right, okay, let me know what your thoughts are. That's why I do these. Let me know what you agree with, let me know what you disagree with. That's more important. I like to learn stuff as well. Okay, thanks for watching. Please throw the video a like and please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Up to Chelsea.